Om Shanti. Madhuvan Murli, 2023 November 3. Today's Mahabhagya. Essence. Sweet children, purify the atmosphere with the power of Jnana and Yoga. Conquer Maya with the discussion of self-realization. Today's question: which one aspect proves that souls never merge into the light? Today's answer: it is said that which is eternally predestined is taking place. Therefore, each soul surely repeats its path. If you say that a light merges into the light, the path would also come to an end. In that case, it would be wrong to say that the drama is eternal. Each soul sheds an old costume and takes a new one. They do not merge into anything. Today's song: O traveler of the faraway land, Om Shanti. Details: the children who are yogi and jnani and are able to explain the meaning of this song to others must understand the meaning of it accurately. All human beings are buried in the graveyard. Those whose lives have been extinguished and who are tamapradhan are said to be buried in the graveyard. Those who carried out the establishment and who were instrument for sustenance for birth after birth have now completed all their path. You can calculate which religions have been established from the beginning to the end. In limited flesh, there is regard mainly for the creator, the director, and the principal actor of the play. They receive so many prizes. They show their splendor. Your splendor is that of knowledge and yoga. People do not know that death is just ahead of them, or how many births they take in this drama, nor where they come from. You and I cannot know the detail of all their birth. However, at this time we are making effort for the future. You will become deities, but what status will you claim? You have to make effort for that. You know that Lakshmi and Narayan have taken 84 births. They will definitely become the king and queen. You know their future. Baba gives you vision in a practical way. Even people on the path of devotion have visions. They have vision of whoever they meditate on. If they look at a dark blue picture of Sri Krishna and they meditate on that, the vision they have will be of that one. However, Krishna is not like that. People do not have any knowledge of this thing. You are now here in the practical form. You see him in the subtle region and also in paradise. You have the knowledge of souls and of God. People only have vision of souls. You have knowledge of everything you have a vision of. Although people outside have vision of souls, they do not have any knowledge of them. They say that each soul is the supreme soul. A soul is truly a star. Many of those are visible. There are as many souls as there are human beings. The body of a person is visible with these eyes, but souls can only be seen in divine vision. People have different future, but souls are not different. They are all the same. It is just that the part of every soul is different. Human beings are big or small, whereas souls are not bigger or smaller. The size of souls is the same. If a soul were to merge into the light, how would he repeat his part? It is remembered that that which was destined is taking place. This eternal world drama continued to rotate. You children know this. Souls return home like mosquitoes. Mosquito can be seen with these eyes. Souls cannot be seen except in divine vision. In this golden age, there is no need to have a vision of souls. There you understand that you, a soul, have to shed an old body and take another new one. They do not know God at all. If they were to know God, they would also know the world cycle. In this song, it says, also take me with you. At the end, they repent a great deal. Everyone receives an invitation. So many methods are invented to give them an invitation. Everyone speaks of peace, but no one understands the meaning of peace. You know how peace can be achieved. Just as mustard seeds are crushed in a mortar with a pestle. In the same way, everyone's body will be destroyed in destruction. Souls will not be crushed, they will return home. It is written that souls run away like mosquito. It is not that all Supreme Soul will run away. People do not understand anything. They do not know that the difference is between souls and the Supreme Soul. They say that they are all brothers and so they should like brothers. They do not know that in the golden age, all brothers and sisters live together like milk and sugar. There is no question of salt water there. Here one moment they are like milk and sugar and the next moment they become like salt water. On the one hand they say that the Chinese and the Hindu are brothers and they make effigy and continue to burn them. Look at the condition of physical brothers. They do not know about spiritual relationship at all. The Father explained to you, you have to consider yourself to be soul. You must not become trapped in body consciousness. Some people come trapped in body consciousness. The Father says, you have to renounce all the relationships of bodies, including your one body. Forget this building, etc. Originally, you are residents of the Supreme Abode. You now have to return to where you came from to play your part. I will then send you into happiness. So the Father says, you have to become worthy. God is establishing a kingdom. Christ did not have a kingdom. It was later when there were hundreds of thousands of Christians that they would have created their kingdom. Here the golden age kingdom is created instantly. It is such an easy matter. Truly God can carry out establishment. By entering Krishna's name, they have confused everything. Ancient Raj Yoga and knowledge are mentioned in the Gita. They disappear. The English words are good. Say that Baba does not know English. Baba says, to what extent would I sit and speak in all the language? The main language is Hindi. So I speak the Murli in Hindi. The one whose body I have adopted also speaks Hindi. Therefore, I also speak the same language that he speak. I would not teach you in any other language. If I were to speak French, how would this one understand? This main question is about this one Brahma. He has to understand first. I would not take the body of anyone else. It also says in the song, take me with you. No one knows about the father or his home. They continue to tell lie. There are innumerable opinions of all the people, and this is why the thread has become tangled. Look how the father is sitting here. Whose feet are these? Shiv Baba's. They are my feet. I have given them on loan. Shiv Baba only used them temporary. But otherwise they are my feet. They do not show feet in the Shiva temple. They show Krishna's feet. Shiva is the highest and high, and so where could his feet come from? Yes, Shiv Baba has taken them on loan, but they are Brahma's feet. They have shown a bull in the temples. How could he ride a bull? How would Shiv Baba sit on a bull? A saligram soul rises in a human body. The Father says the knowledge that I spoke to you has disappeared. It remains just like a pinch of salt in a sack full of flour. No one can understand it. I myself come and speak the essence of it to you. I gave you Srimad and explained the secret of the world cycle to you. And they then gave the discourse of self-realization to the deities. They do not have any knowledge. All of these things are matter of knowledge. Souls receive this knowledge of the world cycle with which Maya's head is cut up. They have then shown the discourse of self-realization being thrown at devils. You gain victory over Maya with this discourse of self-realization. They have taken the thing of one time period into another. Among you two, scarcely a few are able to imbibe this thing and then relate them to others. This knowledge is elevated and it takes time. At the end, there will just be the power of knowledge and yoga in you. This is fixed in the drama. Their intellects are continuing to become soft. You are purifying the atmosphere. This knowledge is so incognito. It is written that sinners like Ajamil were also uplifted. But no one understands the meaning of that. They believe that souls merge into the light or that they merge into the ocean. That the 5 Pandavas melted on the Himalaya and that annihilation took place. On the one hand, they have shown that they studied Raj Yoga, and on the other hand, they have shown annihilation. Then they have shown Krishna coming floating on a people lip, sucking his thumbs. They do not understand the meaning of that either. That was the palace of a A baby would be sucking his thumb. They have taken the thing of one palace somewhere else. People continue to say it is true. It is true. To whatever is said, no one knows the golden age anything that does not exist is said to be false. For instance, they say that God does not have a name or form, but they continue to worship Him. So God is extremely subtle. There is not anything as subtle as He is. He is an absolutely teeny point. It is because He is so subtle that no one knows Him Although the sky is also said to be subtle, it is called space. There are the 5 elements. He comes and enters a body of the 5 elements. He is so subtle. He is an absolutely teeny point. A star is so teeny, only when God, the star, comes and sits next to this one can he speak. These are such subtle matter. Those with gross intellects cannot understand anything. The Father explains such good things. According to the drama, whatever part he played in the previous cycle, he is playing that part now. You children understand that Baba comes every day and tells us new point. Therefore, that would be new knowledge, would it not? So, you have to study every day. When a student does not go to class every day, he asks his friend, what happened in class that day? Here some completely stop studying. That is it. They simply say that they do not want their inheritance of the imperishable jewel of knowledge. Oh, but what will become of you if you stop studying? What inheritance will you receive from the Father? That is it. It is not their fortune. Here, it is not a question of physical property. You receive the treasure of knowledge from the Father. All of that property is going to be destroyed. No one can have intoxication about that. Only from the Father will you receive your inheritance. Although you have property worth million, all of it is also going to turn to dust. All of that refers to the present time. It is also written, some people's wealth will remain buried underground. Some people's wealth will be burnt. They think of the present time continue to happen until the end. Destruction now has to take place. After destruction, there will be establishment. Establishment is now taking place. That is our kingdom. You are not doing anything for anyone else. Whatever you do, you are doing that for yourself. Those who follow Srimad will become the masters. You become the masters of the new Bharat in the new world. You were the master in the new world. That is in the golden age. This is now an old age and you are inspired to make effort for the new world. These are such a good thing to understand. This knowledge is of souls and the Supreme Soul. Self-realization. Who is the Father of the self? The Father says, I come to teach you souls. You have now realized the Father through the Father. The Father explains, you are my long lost and now found children. You have come and meet me again after a cycle in order to claim your inheritance. So you should make effort, should you not? Otherwise, you will have to repeat a great deal and there will have to be a lot of punishment. Do not even ask about those who become children and then perform wrong action. Look how much and how great Baba part is in the drama. He gave away everything. Baba then says, I will give you the return in the future for 21 baht. Previously, you would give indirectly and so I would give you the return of that for just one further birth. You are now giving directly and so I ensure it for you for 21 birth. There is so much difference between direct and indirect. Those people insure themselves with God for the copper and iron age. You insure everything for the golden and silver age. Because it is direct, you receive the return for 21 baht. Acha, To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, number-wise according to the effort you make, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. We should say to the sweet Shiv Baba, Om Shanti, Shukriya, Shukriya, Shukriya. Essence for Dharana. Number 1. Take the treasure of the imperishable jewel of knowledge from the eternal Father and become fortunate. Study this new knowledge and new education every day. Do the service of making the atmosphere pure. Number 2. Ensure everything of yours for your future 21 birth. After belonging to the Father, do not perform any wrong action. Blessing. May you be free from carelessness and become an example by wearing correct glasses for self-progress. Details. The children who simply check themselves with big heads wear glasses of carelessness. All they can see is that whatever they do, it is a lot. I am better than this one or that one. Even the well-known soul have a few weaknesses. However, those who check themselves with honest heart wear correct glasses for self-progress. They simply say the Father. They themselves, they do not see what a second or third person is doing. They are simply concerned with having to change themselves. They become examples for others. Slogan. Finish the roots of all limitation and you will be able to have the intoxication of an unlimited sovereignty. Om Shanti, sweet Shiv Baba, Shukriya, Shukriya, Shukriya.